Okay, NBmooselover here. Another video, a grouse video from the eatery. These grouse are starting to come in the morning now, so I can get some better video, hopefully. Now watch this grouse. He's going to spin around here real quick, and this little bird's going to scare him. And he's going to jump. Do a little ballerina twirl here, you watch. He's like, what was that? I had to slow it down here. I'm a big slow motion fan. Anyway, yeah, these grouse, there's 3 of them coming there now, and like pretty well all the time, and they're coming pretty well every night, but really late, 5:30, 6 o'clock, after 6, and really hard to get good video. I had 20 minutes of video, and I actually uploaded the video and did a lot of work on it, but it was just too dark, and I tried to lighten it up, and I just couldn't live with it, just couldn't stand it. So and then I got this footage tonight. I was actually outside, and these grouse are starting to come in the morning, so I should be able to get some better daylight video. The only thing is, it's not real early in the morning, because they come and like in the morning we got birds coming. We got squirrels. There's 4 gray squirrels and 3 or 4 red squirrels and blue jays, and the grouse are just being constantly scared and harassed, and the birds, they fly all the grosbeaks and scare them. But they are coming like later on in the afternoon. The birds don't come much after like dinner time, and the squirrels either. The squirrels, I think, are having their young right now, so they're in a nest and tending to babies, I think, or they wouldn't have the babies maybe quite yet. Getting there, February, I think, March maybe. But anyway, starting to get some better footage here, and it was windy tonight, really cold, and these birds actually flew up into the trees here, and then flew back down, and then eventually flew back up, and I caught a couple of them here flying up. They're just going up in these little, well, not real little, but these spruce that are here. But some of them are 20 feet high. But that's what they've been pretty well sleeping in. They'll fly down, and you'll see them flying down, and then at night when they're done feeding, they'll fly up. And here, me and the wife were watching here this afternoon, and yeah, they just kept flying up and down, and you'll see it here. One here in behind there. See, he's right in behind on the top of that board, and he's going to fly right up behind these green boughs. There he goes. And I barely caught it, and when I saw it, I was too late with the camera. He flew right up in there. And then after that, I kind of, stopped filming, and then I found, they were back down on the ground again. I think they just got scared or cold, and flew up there for a bit, and then decided to come back down. But the deer did come in here and eat for a few minutes. I filmed them, and then they get to eat all night anyway. Any feed that's spilled out of the feeders, the bird feeders. But when the birds are here in the morning, the grosbeaks, they scare them. They all take off, and they're just spooked all the time. And there's blue jays, and I got 4 gray squirrels and 3 red squirrels, and in the morning the grouse are just scared. There's just no way they can eat, because everything's flying, and the squirrels are underneath the eatery here. They get underneath this picnic table and stay there all, a lot of the time, the squirrels. And so there's 3 there now. There's a grouse on the right, and then there's 2 in the front here. So I've got the 3 coming pretty well regular in the evening, and then now they're coming in the morning, so it'll be a lot better. I can get way better daylight footage and not have to try and lighten it up, which is a real pain. Well, he's got an itch there on his beak. A real roadrunner run. That's what they do. They get their necks straightened right out, and they just make a beeline when they get scared. And the other thing is, I'm hoping here I can get them out of the eatery a little bit. Now they're starting to come out today. They're coming out in front, and I'm putting some seed out there for them. in the afternoons, early afternoons, and that way they'll come out in the open where I can interact with them a little bit more and get better video. But that one's heading over that way, and there's still one underneath here, and I'm not sure. They were going up and down so many times. Now there's going to be two more fly here, and I actually got it on video. You know, it's not too bad. I mean, you can't see exactly where they're landing. They're going up in these fir trees that are like, you know, they're only about maybe 20 feet tall, some of them there. And they can get up in there and get out of the wind, and they're staying there. I mean, they'll stay there all night, and in the morning they'll fly down and feed, and then every night they fly up into them. I mean, sometimes they'll fly off in different directions. I've seen, you know, they'll fly, you know, further away at dark, but for the most part they go up in these trees. And I think this one, there's two there, and I think one is right here on the left, right by the eatery. But those two, and they're really nervous because the wind was blowing, and the deer had been coming around and scaring them, and it's right here somewhere. One of them is going to fly. I think I slowed it down. There's one way down there in the back, and that one's going to fly, I think. Maybe. Can't remember my own video. And there's two in there. Almost to the end of the video anyway. Just a picking away, trying to get some seed. And there's that one right there. It's going to fly up right here, I'm pretty sure. Making a liar out of me. There he goes. Okay, so he flew up. Actually, that other grouse chased him. He come running over and chased him up that tree. That's what he did. He's like, you know, every now and then they still get a little bit defensive, or they don't want him eating the food, or this is a mate and you get up there because I'm coming up later. I'm not sure, because I don't know if this is the one that flies up too or not, but there was two that flew up. Maybe this is the one that flies up and goes with them. Yeah, so that's what it was. It was a mate. She says, "You get up there, it's time for bed." That's what it was. Yeah, it's like the hen telling the old man to get to bed, you know. It's like, you've had enough seed. Anyway, you come to the end here. Later, NBmooselover.